What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Evolve Your Brand podcast. This is episode 71. On today's episode, we've got Konain Shah, the CEO of Copy and Clients. Konain's been able to scale his business at a very young age to over 50K per month consistently. I wanted to bring him on to learn just how he did it. Have you done many of these podcasting in your career so far?
I used to do them a lot. Lately, it's just been a quiet ride, slowly getting back to the content game.
You told me today when we reconnected, you're like, I'm very busy. So how do you choose where to put your focus?
At first, the way I thought of it was like, oh, is this thing worth my time? I'll give you a little backstory. Yeah. When I was first starting out, it was more so like, hey, I'll do anything and I'll do everything because it saves you time, saves you money. It doesn't save you time, but it saves you money mostly because that's, I would say, your biggest bottleneck at that point. Now it's also like, is it worth my time? So if it's like a $10 or $20 or even $50 an hour task, like it's for my team and not for me. But I'm still busy. So I have clients that are Fortune 500 clients. So I need to go have meetings with them, which would be worth a lot more than 10 or 50 or even $100 an hour.
You're all about putting your money where your mouth is. So what does that kind of mean to you to not just be someone that's talking about doing things, but someone that's actually getting things done?
I think this industry as a whole has become more of a talking game rather than a show and tell game. Everybody can post a story and everybody can make a post and everybody can give recommendations. Everybody's an expert in their field, but have you done it? If so, how much? And what were your results? Because everybody's like, I'm an expert, but yeah, what are your results though? Let's say the results are, yeah, dude, my clients crush it. How many of them? What's the percentage? Oh, but some of my clients are bad. I get it. But still, what is the percentage and what have you done to combat that? And how is that helping? I come from an agency world. An agency get a really bad rep. Like, dude, they suck. There's this, there's that, blah, 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 right? But I'm like, in our world, it's like, cool. And that's everybody else. Am I going to let that happen to us as well? No, this happened. We were, I would say, 6 months into our agency. I kid you not, 50% of our clients were getting results. Other half weren't. And we always thought it was them. And that's how even most coaches are like, yes, it's that guy. But no. What have you done to combat that? So I literally took 3 months off of acquisition, meaning I made 0 sales in 3 months. I focused 100% of my time on figuring out the fulfillment game, getting my clients results. Right now, I have over 95% success rate, proven track record. And it's and with clear expectations with clients. I think a lot of people miss that mark. And if they just invest more time into it, because I think the industry has become a very sales-oriented game rather than a fulfillment-oriented game, and that's how I've been able to grow, right? Mm-hmm. Because I play the opposite game. Everybody's like, yeah, I need to reach out, and I'm not saying it's wrong, right? Do it. I need to do more of it, but is it at the expense of the fulfillment, or can you do both and do it at an expert level that you claim? When I look at stats of Tony Robbins, course completion rate is 4%. I'm like, why? It's Tony freaking Robbins. How do I feel about all these other gurus in the marketplace? And that scares me. My goal is how can I make it the shortest, most concise, and get them the best results at the same time. Honestly, that's hard. So I've done for you, created SOPs, and I stick with one market in a way. I stick with one. I don't change. I don't know other markets. I could take on that $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month client. I just don't, because I know I can't get them results because I haven't been in that industry for long.
With that experience where you've gotten to a place where you're very focused on who it is that you serve and how you serve them, what kind of led you in that path? You had failed 4 businesses, you went negative in your bank account, and then you got to this place where now you're working with clients like ClickFunnels, like Dan Kennedy. So what changed for you? What was the catalyst for change along your journey?
Honestly, service upfront, doing work for free and willing to do it. I know it's hard, but I don't want to do work for free. I need to make money. And I get it. I've always been a service first type of guy. I'll ask for anything and everything after. And I know they'll give me referrals. A, he did his work for free. B, it's freaking great. 3, we need to keep this guy. Because most people are just trying to get that one sale. I'm not playing that game. I want to play the 6 month, a year, 3 year, 5 year, 10-year game in a way. How can I keep these clients? Because I'll make more profit that way. It's always been service first, and really we're about to launch ads where hey, if you're a 7-figure business, I'll write your emails for free, or I'll do your copy or build your funnels or run your ads for free for 30 days. Just try me out, and I bet you I'll crush whatever agency you're currently using. And my team will come in, we'll do it for free. Part of my team is are you sure? Because the amount of work you'll get. We also have pretty well reputation based on the clients that we currently work with.
Yeah, you don't need to offer for free. If you're already working with Dan Kennedy and ClickFunnels, you don't need to.
And also have
anyone for free.
I have $1 billion client. I have Fortune 500 that are companies that are being traded on the New York Stock Exchange. I don't need to offer my work for free. I can easily charge 6 figures for it, but it's to prove a point. Because if I say I have a 95% success rate, let me prove it, and I'll do it for free. at my expense. I will pay for my team.
What's coming up for me though, when you say that, is like the amount of self-belief that you have in yourself, in your offer, in your product, in your service. Like you really believe in it. So you can stand behind doing it for free, knowing that the money's going to be there in the end of the day. Maybe by doing it in the way that you do it, you also weed out the customers that you don't want to work with. Because if you're doing it for free, you can also just like, if they're difficult, say, you know what, I don't want to deal with this headache, and qualify and filter the ones who you really do like to work with. And that's kind of my next question, which is like, what have you found out to be the way in which you've been able to create clientele who are like dream clients that end up sticking around for the long run?
I'll let you in on more client perspective. What are they really looking for? An A player who can do the work, do it well. Here's the thing, as a CEO, and especially if they're big, they have their current team, they want A players. They don't want you to be a B or a C player. It is not worth them paying you per hour or per month or however long you're paid for your payment cycles. It's like they want the work to be ROI'd at least 4 or 5 10x, if not more. If they're paying you $5,000 a month, can you get them 50 grand back, right, within that month? If they're paying you 10,000 a month, can you get them 100 grand? And for me, it's more so like, okay, can I get them $1 million back within that month? It's you knowing your fulfillment better than anybody else in the market. And you know, like you were saying how I'm super stern. There's a great quote I've heard once, which was like, boys are confident, men are certain. Even when I'm calls, like they can see it, like they know it. I think that I'm trying to build up. Yeah, it's cool, but it's small. But it's like a very high level of clientele, but it's small. Like I only have like a few dozen clients. But, you know, it's more so I want to jump on calls. Even a sales guy on our team jumps on calls. How many testimonials do you need to see? And then I can tell you that you're arrogant for not working with me. It becomes a money thing. They just want to hoard it.
Are you clear, Konain, on like the values of the people that you like to work with, like the values of the clients and how they show up?
I could be wrong in this. I can vet people really well. Just having a few talks with them, like, all right, cool. This guy, it's him. Even when I'm making this offer, our team was like, how would you vet people? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of 7-figure businesses that are going to come, but how are you going to vet people if they're long-term thinkers or not? They're just going to stay. And I'm like, I can tell just by talking to them a few times, looking at their numbers and just see the way they think. Usually you look at quarterly reports and be like, okay, cool. Here's where we're going. Here's the numbers we need to hit. And here's the people that we need to have in place to hit those numbers. Yeah. So it's like, and if they even thought like that or even like spoke like that, I'm like, okay, cool. We can work with these guys. But if they're like, yeah, we need to make this work in the next 30 days, I'm like, interesting. What needs to work? What numbers? I kid you not. If they don't even have their numbers figured out, we're not a good fit.
You're looking for clientele who are on top of their numbers. They're structured. They've got processes in their business. They're not coming from this like needy, scarcity, pushy place of we've got to get results right away. They actually have this long-term vision of what they're looking to achieve, and they believe in themselves just as much as you believe in yourself. Is that right?
Yeah, but who do we need on the team? Hit those certain numbers. They hired some other agency, and let's say they didn't get them results. They wasted 3 months, $30,000 in whatever ad spend / whatever else, and their team and all that effort. It's gone. It's in the air. Just to come back the next year and be like, damn, we're at the same spot. We thought we were going to grow. If they're putting all their eggs in like the agency's basket, that's a scary time for a business because you're really depending on that person. I read a lot of Dan Kennedy. He had like 36 different acquisition systems. And I'm like, what? How? I started building, well, I'm still building mine, but it's, or at least somewhat. I want to be a perfectionist, but I know I need to take imperfect action. But it's more so like, okay, do you have a referral system? Do you have a direct mail system? Do you have a follow-up system that goes on for like a year? Do you have a cold email system? Do you have a warm email system? It's like the smallest thing. Even if it gets you 1 client a year, you need to build it. I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy. Because that client is probably worth you $8,000 one time. And if you keep it for a long time, it's 80,000, 100,000, or even $250,000.
Do you think that Dan Kennedy is playing up to his full potential?
I think he did back in the day.
Why do you think that if he's not right now, or if there are other people out there?
Oh, he sold his business. So
if there are other people out there who aren't playing up to their potential, why do you think that is though?
They think it will be good automatically later on. Like they'll somehow figure it out. It's the soldier analogy where like a soldier goes to a war and he thinks he's not going to die. But guess what? Every soldier is thinking that. So he goes to a war. He's like, but it's not going to be me, right? It's just not me. Because everybody's like, that guy will be unsuccessful and he will fail, but it's just not going to be me. So I'll be good. I'll go play my games. I'll procrastinate. I'll do whatever. So I'll be good. And that's the comfort trap.
I love that story.
It's just not going to be me. Yes, it is. And you better believe it. Yeah. I'd rather be paranoid than be like, oh, it's not going to be me. I even tell my team this. You want to be paranoid. Act like you're not going to get it done. You'll do twice the effort, and that may not even be it. I'm a small guy in the industry, at least for now. I don't know if I'll be big. Maybe. Who knows? but I'll do my best. And that's all that matters.
Compared to probably the guys that are listening to this, they are probably putting you on a pedestal subconsciously, wondering, how is this guy making $50,000 plus consistently per month? You talked about how making money is a skill set. Do you want to elaborate more on your beliefs around money, wealth creation, and how you've been able to generate so much abundance for yourself?
I would recommend everybody to go read watch Naval Ravikant. A lot of my money principles come from him. That's a huge recommendation. I've listened to his How to Get Wealthy podcast probably like 15 times, and it's 3 hours long, but I kid you not, if you're ever going for a long drive or even an hour long, you will love it. Making money is a skill set. At least the way he explains it's like, you need to learn how money works. Money is just literally an exchange of value. Somebody needs X thing, you just got to be there to provide it. But it's difference of value. So watch this, right? You knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, I'll cut your grass. And they're like, sure, I'll pay you $50. And you knock on enough doors, you'll make $1,000. Maybe within that day, maybe within that week. If somebody has a brain tumor, a bigger problem, and it's life or death for them, they'll pay all the money in their bank account and more. They'll sell their car, they'll do whatever to get rid of that problem. It's literally an exchange of value. You just change the problem. If I'm on sales calls, the cost of inaction, and like I said, the soldier analogy where like somebody's not going to be successful, if you heighten that, they're like, crap. It's like the end of the world for them. They're willing to pay you more for you solving that problem because they want to be successful. And so does every business. But that's, I would say, more emotional. But the higher you go up, especially when you're dealing with higher level clients, they're very logical. But in terms of like making money, this is going to go opposite of what I was talking about earlier. But not a lot of people do sales the right way. They don't do enough of it. I kid you not, I'm in some masterminds, and I apologize if you're watching this or listening to this. But your 10 reach outs are going to get you nowhere. My team automated 1,500 of them per day, per account. I spent $5,000 a month on just cold email alone. Why? I'm like, why not? Because I get an ROI automatically.
Yeah, because it produces results for you, because you see a return on your investment. You actually took the risk and stepped out of that comfort zone trap. And a lot of coaches, a lot of agency owners aren't willing to do that. They're not willing to invest their profits back into their business. They're not willing to put their money where their mouth is. So it's so refreshing to see someone like you come up and then talk about this openly, about how you're not afraid. You're not afraid to hire and fire. You're not afraid to invest thousands of dollars per month into your business, because you know that that's what's going to, help you to get to the next level. As we start to end this first collaboration together, is where are you going with your brand, with your business, and with your life?
I'll get into that, but I think one point I want to, just take it home is I don't think a lot of people are willing to sacrifice. Honestly, like I'm willing to go to zero tomorrow if that's what it takes. And I'm not afraid of it because I've been there enough times. You got to play the sacrifice game. What is that thing that's holding you back? It could be spending too much money on the shoes you like, on the games you like, on the clothes you like, whatever. Oh, I got to go to this cool restaurant stuff. Oh, but I got to go take out this girl though, or a guy, or whatever, right? Or this car, or like, I'm a big car guy, by the way. I have two, and I regret it. I want to sell both of them. But in terms of us and where we're going, we're very small in a big pond, but we're growing fast. I think by the end of this year, we should be at around $150,000 a month consistently, because that's what matters. And when I say per month, I don't mean revenue. I hate revenue. Everybody's like, I made 30 grand a month, but yeah, what'd you collect? I talk collected. $150,000 a month collected. That's the goal for us. Keeping a lean team and not having too many people, but it's 6 of us right now, probably 8 to 10 by the time we get there. I think I just want to create more content. More people are aware of fulfilling your duties as whatever type of service business you run. I want them to know that it's easier than they think if only they get out of their own way. And I still tend to be in my own way a lot of times.
Most of the time, you dissect that goal state, that dream state, and what that client wants, and then you figure out what the problem is, what is in the way of where they are versus where they want to be. But it's the same thing like you just admitted with yourself. It's like you've got a place where you want to get to. Let's say you're at 50K per month consistently and you want to scale to 200K per month. And you know that the only way you're really going to be able to do that is just by getting out of your own way. Your negative thinking patterns, your toxic habits, or the people that no longer serve you. Maybe it's the environment that you're living in. You're not surrounding yourself with enough entrepreneurs or enough like-minded people who are scaling their business simultaneously.
None of that is good if you don't act on what you're supposed to act on.
Actions speak louder than words.
You took the actions of being around the right circles, replacing your bad habits with the good ones. But it's the last thing. You can do your red light tunnels and cold plunges and all that, but that isn't going to make you money. Your sales skills, your lead magnets, your ads, your email list, you reaching out and growing your brand, making posts, you letting other people know that you exist and here's what I offer is going to make you money. One of the biggest equations was more calls equals more sales in a way. Go even further. The more of the right calls equals more sales. It just becomes a numbers game at that point.
More of the right people in front of you with the right offer, with the right mindset, then the right fulfillment on the back end. And you've got to continuously work on those three pillars in your business: your sales, your marketing, and your fulfillment. If you start to neglect one of or multiple pillars in that palace that you're creating, there's going to be leaks and you're not going to be able to scale as far as you want to. Wow, man, it's a lot of really powerful information. I'm sure someone listening to this might want to connect with you. If they do, is there a way to reach out to you, and who would you like to connect more with?
If you're a coach doing at least $1 million or above in revenue, would love to talk about how we can help you scale and grow your business. Few ways to reach out to me. It's Konain at copyingclients.com. That's my email, but you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm available on all of them at Konain A Shah.
Thank you so much for jumping on. I like to keep these interviews kind of compact so that people have the ability to actually get through it. And who knows, maybe we'll do another one in the future. You guys know what I'm about. I'm about connection, conscious branding, and ethical sales. So I really echo a lot of the things that Konain talked about in this episode. The one thing that I can offer to you is, if you're a male entrepreneur, you want to be a part of a free Telegram group or a business mastermind, just reach out to me and I would love to tell you more about that. So with that being said, have a beautiful rest of your day, Konain. And we'll see you guys soon.